Hey everybody, my name's Chris. I'm the kids pastor at the King's House. Welcome back to our channel. This is Caitlin and this is Seth, and we want to break down the dance moves of the song The Little Drummer Boy, made popular by Bethel Kids music. Now, I'm not a choreographer by any chances, neither are these guys, but we saw this and our dance team wanted to do something special during the holiday season, and we worked from October till December to make it happen, performed it 2 different times, and they killed it. Now, I spent hours practicing some YouTube videos and watching other churches who did it, and they broke it down, but they didn't officially break it down like I want to break it down for you so that you guys can use this for your church if you want to. But before we get started, I want to talk about what we're wearing really quick. Made popular also by the Bethel Kids production. We kind of went with a little bit of their style because it's called The Little Drummer Boy. So we went with black and white Converse shoes, Walmart or All-Stars, whatever your budget can do. We've got flex material jeans that are white from American Eagle or wherever you can find them, as well as a white t-shirt. Now, we didn't have money to go buy actual drummer jackets, so one of the moms of our dance team had a great idea, and she got flex material type men's button-down shirts from Walmart. Then I ordered these gold buttons from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below, and took them to a seamstress in town. And she measured it at our waist level for each of us, and she made it to where it is waist level all the way around. You guys can turn around and show them. And we had these red felt that went around the collar, and it went all the way down on the side. Now, we ran out of time, but the red is supposed to go all the way around the hem, as well as a little bit on the shoulders and the back, but that's all right. On the sleeves, though, it makes it look like we're wearing a white long-sleeve shirt, but it's actually white felt, complete with one of the gold buttons as well. Now the drumsticks, they're just cheap drumsticks that I ordered in a bulk on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. And these drumsticks we actually had on hand because I'm going to show you what these are for here in a little bit. I don't use them. We had a drummer who actually did a drum solo during the dance. And because of the loudness of the music and the acoustics in our room, instead of using regular drumsticks, he used these. We hope you guys enjoy the tutorial video of The Little Drummer Boy. Alright guys, so we're going to break this down for you. We brought a lot of the motions from the Bethel Kids version into this, as well as some other motions and dance techniques that other churches have done, and we added our own flair to this as well, complete with glitter in our hair, so you guys can try that as well. Even our guys were brave enough to wear glitter in their hair. So the first one, we had 9 dancers for this. The first formation that we're going to do is what we call the red dots. So I'm number 1, and there's a middle spot right in the center. The number 2s were next to me, the 3s were next to them, the 4s were next to them, and the 5s were next to them. Now, whoever's on this side starts on the opposite side of the wall off stage, and vice versa, because they march out, they crisscross right in the center, the 2s get in position because they march out first, next to the 3s, and so forth and so on. And then you'll hear that beat in the song to where we all stop, we step, and then we turn. Now, number 1, I'm not in this part. I come walking out, as you guys can see in the full-length video, which I'll put the link in the description. But for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to stay here and help out. You guys are going to march out with us, and they're going to crisscross. They're going to just stand right here. They're going to represent our number 2s, and then we're going to show you what to do from there. 1, 2, 3, march. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Step 1. Step 2, raise your arm a little bit, and you're turning your head to the left. Step 3, 4, it should be straight. 5, a little higher. And 6 is just your wrist. Then on the downbeat, you go down on your right knee, cross your drumsticks over your left knee. And I'm going to count out all the numbers, even though they're not all here today. We're going to go with the beat to where it's 1, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Then we get in position for the next technique. All right, on to part 2, which is our blue dots. We call this our domino, to where 1 is in the middle, then we've got 3 and 5, and 2 and 4, straight up like you're looking at a number 4 domino on each side. So odd numbers in front, which happens to be all of our guys, and even numbers in back, which happen to be all of our girl dancers. Once we're in position and you hear the beat coming to start, we all start tapping with our left leg, bringing it up. And as we bring it down, we start clapping like this. Now, this is only for a brief moment because then we move into position number 3, which is our purple dots. And we're going to show you that here in just a second. But for now, just for an 8 count, let's show them the lifting your leg and clapping. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, stop. Good job. Now, the tricky part is coming next. All right, so on to this third step, which is what we do, the purple dots, which is where we all kind of jump skip doing this, because remember the blue dots a second ago, we're all doing this in the domino. Now we're going to come center stage, and this is how we have it positioned. 1, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Now, we had to play around with this as we were doing this so that people weren't running into each other on stage. You can mess with it yourself, but I believe we would have our 2s and 5s get in line, and then our 3 and 4s would come in line as well. But we're going to show you what this looks like, and then once we get there, we're going to do a soldier walk. So you guys, let's do a soldier walk really quick so they can see what it looks like moving forward, but then when we all come together and do it, it looks really great. Now we're going to go all the same way. We're starting with this side. So in a part of the song, you start doing a soldier walk, which does this. You kind of lean in, keep your legs straight, and your drumsticks go up and down. And you'll find out exactly what part of the song this is for. Okay, so for our purple dots, we're going to jump into position. Caitlin's going to get behind me, Seth is going to get behind her. So our 2s come in together, and then we're going to stop, and then we're going to show you what the soldier walk looks like. I'm in the front, so I'm leaning to the right first. Caitlin's right behind me, so she's leaning to the left first, so forth and so on, and Seth is leaning to the right and down the line. So it's really cool when everyone starts to go, and then they kind of crisscross, and it looks kind of cool. So in the blue dot position, moving into the purple, we're clapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, jumping to the purple dot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we start going, uh-oh, 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 me and my go. And on that one is where we walk back to a position, which is another red dot position. But in this position, the boys are going to be a little bit more in front than the girls. So it's that red line that we started with. The girls are on that line, and the boys are a little bit ahead. And I'll tell you what we're going to do in that one in the next step. Okay, so moving on to part 4, which is where we are finishing our soldier walk, which is our purple dots. And we're going back to the red dots. But when we go backwards, the girls are going to be standing on which are the even numbers, they're going to be standing on the red dots, and the guys are going to be up a little bit, kind of staggered, kind of almost even with the number 1 blue dot, if you will, and then they're going to switch here in this next position. So this is step number 4 that we created. So we're going to show you moving forward from the purple to the red. We're going to do the soldier walk, and then on that second, me and my drum is where we soldier walk back to the red line. So this is how it goes. 1, 2, 3, me and my drum. Oh, oh, oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, me and my, go back to your positions. Guys in 4, which are odd numbers, girls are evens, and then we all stop together and we jump to the left. Then we keep going with 3 movements. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We keep doing this, and then the odd numbers go back and the even numbers come forward for the next part. 3, 1, 2, 3, stop, and we clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is part 5. So this is still part 4. This is where everyone is staggered. The odd numbers are staggered backwards in a line, and the even numbers are staggered forward in a line. Now from here, we're going to count with 4 clicks on our drumsticks, and we're immediately going to step to the left and click there, and we'll slow this down for you. So 4 clicks, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, step, 1, drum, 2, 3, 4. We switch over, click, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come to the center and we do a 4 count again. 1, 2, 3, freeze. Keep your drumsticks in an X above your head, not in front of your face, above your head. You're going to pick up your left leg and you're going to turn to the right all the way around. You're going to eventually, and it looks better in fast motion, swing your left leg over, put your right leg out. That's count 1. Come up 2, 3, 4. Freeze. You're going to step that right foot cross over. That's 1. Act like you're doing 9, sharpening 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Step with your right leg and you're going to drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the tricky part. We're going to turn once to give us some leverage, and then we're going to turn on the second one, and we're going to do this flip. Now we're going to break it down for you. The flip kind of looks like this, and you'll see it on the video, okay? So you turn once, and then you turn 2, okay? But we're gonna break this down for you. You might be like, what in the world? It's easy if you just bring your right leg up, and all you're doing is just jumping off your left leg. Ta-da! Let's try that for them. This is the easier version, okay? You're bringing your right leg up, and you're jumping off your left leg, and all you're doing is just turning all the way around and landing facing the audience. Ready? Go. That's it. Now, if you want to add this kick to it, which is what Bethel Kids have done and other dancers have done, as you bring this leg up and as you jump, you're looking down and you put your head down as close to the floor as you can without hurting yourself, and you're bringing your left ankle up. And then you're landing in a squatting position, and that's part 5 that we will be talking about here in a second. So let's break it down for you one more time. The easy version where you just bring your leg up and turn. Practice that, and then you're going to add that kick. So let's do the easy version. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Step back. Now we'll add the kick for you to see what it looks like. You might have to watch this a few times. I had to. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you forget to land properly, it's okay. Have your drumsticks in one hand so you can balance with the other. And then this is our next part that we'll teach you. All right, so part 5, here it is. This is where we need to get back into the middle because we just did that kick. Everyone just shifted over to the left. And we land as best you can like this. So the next part of the song, we're bouncing, and it goes, come, they told me, stop, 2, 3, 4. That's where everyone is stepping in robotic, getting back into a straight line. Let's try it again. The even numbers are still in front. The odd numbers are still in back. We just kicked and landed, and we're bouncing. Come, they told me, stop, 2, 3, 4. Now on that beat, you want to start swinging into the next part, but you gotta wait. We broke it down on the words to help our dance team. Again, we're not choreographers here. We're not even great dancers, but in order to help our team, we went with the words. So you're gonna swing your drumsticks over to the left, and on the word bottom corner of a rectangle, new, top, born, 2 corners, king, you're gonna go down and turn your right leg a little bit. You're going to kick to C, a newborn king to C, pop up, left leg, right leg, left leg 2 times. 1, 2, step out with your left leg, drumsticks behind your head, and slowly bring them out. Okay? We're going to do it one more time for you. So, even numbers in front, odd numbers in back. We just finished with that kick and that spin, and we start bouncing. Come, they told me, stop. 1, 3, 4. A newborn king to see. Pop out, left, right, left, left, slow. And then we go straight into the next one. And as you can tell, this will happen. Your drumsticks might end up a different direction. It's okay. So then we go into part 6. All right, we're almost there. This is part 6, also what we call the green dots. And according to this graph, each side of the stage is positioned like this, with 2s in front, 4s and 5s in the back. So this position is on each side of the stage. On the center of the stage, though, number 1 is center, with 2 number 3 straight up front. So you guys move forward a little bit, just like this. This is how this is positioning. As we're jumping to position, we're jumping into position like this. So we've got some people who are having to move across the stage doing this, and others who don't have to move very far at all. So in this section, remember, 3 staggered, 2, 4, and 5 on that side, 2, 4, and 5 on this side, 1 in the middle, and 3s right next to them. And we'll show you exactly what we're going to do here. We had to make up our own dance routine on this part because we're not professionals. Okay, so this is another part of our green dots. Again, 1 and 3s are in the front. We're missing our 3rd other person right now, but we're going to show you what we came up with because we're not professional dancers. We decided on to lay before the king. We're laying our drumsticks down, just like in the Bethel Kids video. And these 3, we're going to do a solo dance. We decided to do the running man, starting to the left, 4 count, middle 4 count, right 4 count, middle 4 count, and then to do the shuffle, okay? We're going to break this down for you because I can't tell you how many hours I had to practice this by watching YouTube tutorial videos. So let's do our running man. You can watch YouTube tutorial videos on how to do that as well as the shuffle. So you can laugh at me if you want to. I'm not a professional. All right, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to the shuffle. I'm sorry, the running man. To this next side. Into the front. Me and my drum. And this is kind of how it is broken down. Okay? We spin together. And then at the very end, we all drop down on our left leg. Not your knee unless you want to. We spin out our right leg. And we pick up our drumsticks. And we start going into the next position together. So let's break it down a little bit more. We lay them down on to lay before the king. And what we're going to do is we're going to run man to this side, to the center, to the right, back to the center. And then we're going to do our shuffle. Now the shuffle, I learned that you got to jump to the left with your left leg, then jump back in with the left leg by throwing your right leg out. So you jump out, jump in. Same thing with the other leg. You jump out, jump in. Jump out, jump in. Same leg, 2 jumps, and you're crisscrossing. Okay? And we have to do that while we spin together, and at the very end, we drop down and we spin with our right leg out, grabbing the drumsticks and going back into a position. Ready to try it? Yeah. Okay, so we're laying down. To lay before the king, me and my drum. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Center. Me and my drum. Oh. Turn. Me and my drum. And that's where you start going into your next position. All right, while the solo dance is going on with 1 and the 3s in the front, the 2 triangle positions are doing something as well. They're doing a slow motion step. So we're going to put our drumsticks behind our head, step with the left leg, and you're going to go really, really slow all the way almost to the ground, but you're not going to go to the ground. Just go down really, really low. Then you're going to turn. You're going to keep turning, and then you're going to slowly come back up. And on the beat, me and my drum, that's when you start going down and you jump into your position. And our jumping is kind of like doing hopscotch. You remember doing this as a kid? So it's just like that, okay? So we're going to do this with our words to help you know exactly the time. But again, you can always watch the full-length video. So, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, me and my drum. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Me and my turn on that drum. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Me and my drum. Go to your positions for the next step. And we'll talk about it in just a second. Okay guys, so this is part 7. This is the yellow dots. Remember, as we come up out of, we're finishing the dance, the 3s and the 1 in the front with the solo dance and the green dots. And the triangles on the slow, on the green dots on the side, when they come up, remember, we jump into this jump rope technique and we all jump to our yellows. So starting on the far left, we've got our 5s. Starting next to them is 3 and 1. Seth is 3, I'm 1. Skip the middle because I'll tell you who that is in a second. The next side is paired of 2 and 2, and the next side over there is 4 and 4. Now in the dead center is number 3, who he's a drummer in our youth band. He plays with us. He also plays in the school marching band, and he brings out a snare drum center stage and does a drum solo. Now during that drum solo, the paired up yellow dots are going to do this. So we get to our positions. Once we're in position, we stop and we just encourage the crowd to clap along with us. Then once the drumming starts, we shoulder width apart with your feet. Your hands are waist level. Robotic, bring up your right hand, then your left hand. Drum, come together. Step out like a spider. Crisscross with your left leg in front of your right leg. So crisscross. Then one of the pairs goes down, and the other pair does a back roll like this. Jump up to an X as soon as you can. Rather you land it or not, just recover, jumping straight next to each other, feet together in an X formation. Throw your hands up and throw your hands down. Step out to the right a little bit with your right hand up. Make a cross with your left. Drop down into what I call a horse stance because I did martial arts a lot as a kid. Turn to your left, straighten that back leg. You're going to hit the first drumstick, kick it, bring your leg back, hit it again, and you're going to drum roll from the floor all the way to the top of your head. And you're going to do that with music, so make sure you watch the video to see the timing on it and the counting on it, okay? On the back roll, make sure you practice it to where someone is down really, really low. And as you roll, make sure your shoulder goes on this shoulder, okay? It took a lot of practice. Again, we're not professionals. You should have seen us falling all over the place, but we had a great time. So practice the back roll. Seth, show them that back roll one more time. And recover as fast as you can into an X formation. And then we go into the next steps. Okay, so we're moving on to step 8. So after you're in your pairs with your yellow dots, you do the back roll, you jump up, you do all of this stuff. Then the drummer is still doing his drum solo during this next part for part 8. So he's still doing his thing, but the rest of the dance team does the jump rope back into the red dot position. So they're going to just switch again. I'm going to stay here. It's a second position, as you can tell by the graph. The only thing that's different than the first red position is that number 1, which is me, is now in the number 3 spot, who's now just doing a drum solo. So that's the only thing that changes in the graph, and that's the only thing that changes on this red dot line. For the sake of this video, I'm going to stay in the center. They're going to crisscross behind me and in front of me, and then we're going to show you that step one more time. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Jumping into positions. There you go. Once you're in position, we encouraged everyone to just stationary and do this. And we're going to repeat that same step that we did, because as the drummer is finishing his drum solo in the front center of the stage, he's going to be leading us into the steps that we've already done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, drum. I'm slowing it down for you guys. Step, drum. Middle. 1, 2, 3, X. Left leg up, spinning. Bring it around. Right leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spin and kick. Now on this part, it's a little bit different, but now we're going to the pink dots. That is step 9. All right, we're almost done. This is step number 9, which is what we call the pink dots. FYI, we bought on Amazon these colored dots, which were about an inch thick, or I'm sorry, an inch wide, and we put them all in positions according to these color coordinations. We got a black Sharpie, and we wrote our numbers on them, so I encourage you to do that as well. So after that red straight line, and everyone does that turn and that kick, and we land over, and we get back down again. In that part, we encourage our number 4s, don't do that. As we're getting ready to do the kick, our number 4s run to each side of the stage. They put their drumsticks down. And in a part of the song, which you can see in the video, where it says, me and my drum, right here, they both meet in the middle running. They do a front walkover. They do another front walkover, and they run and grab the other person's drumsticks, step back on the stage, and they just encourage the congregation to clap. After they do that, and still while they're doing their second front walkover, everyone else is pairing up, and you can see how we paired them up with this graph here. But we paired up to where there's one person in front, and there's one person in back. Now the person in front is holding onto their drumsticks. The person in back is putting their drumsticks next to their left leg. Because after they do their walkovers, what we added was vault overs, where we grab their shoulders, we jump over them. Now once we land, the person holding their drumsticks switches that drumstick, and they pick theirs up, and then we start immediately going into the next and final position. So let me show you what this vault over looks like. They're holding onto their drumsticks. We're putting ours down. And on that second line of me and my drum, remember the first one is the number 4 is doing a front walkover, me and my drum, vault. The second one, me and my drum, go over, grab their drumsticks, they pick up theirs, and you get into the next position. Guys, we are almost done. This is the final lap right here. Number 3 is still in the front right here, and he's doing a drum solo, and we are pairing up one more time in our orange dots. Now, the orange is exactly like the yellow dots, only we changed partners due to our walkovers and our vault overs. As you can tell by this graph, this is how we have it set up. According to that, you match up whoever you feel like needs to be matched up. But once we do that, we're going to be doing our jump rope technique back to our partners. So we're coming, and once we're in position, then we're encouraging the crowd to clap one more time. And as he gets up and he does one more drum solo, we get back into our yellow technique to where your feet shoulder width apart, your arms are at your waist level, robotic, your right hand up, your left arm up, drum roll, jump together, step out with your left leg into a spider walk, left leg crisscross in front, crisscross, do your back roll, jump up into an X, arms up, throw them down, step to the right, right arm up, cross, drop, turn to the left, back leg should be straight, hit it, kick it, bring it back, hit it again, and drum roll all the way to the top. And this is the final move to where you, in slow motion, go all the way down until the song completely ends. We had our lighting technician turn out lights one by one according to the beat, and that is the final part of the song, The Little Drummer Boy. Hey, make sure you post them and tag us because we want to see that this video was helpful to you. Please like us, subscribe for more videos, and we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.